What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. Man, first and foremost, man, I appreciate all the family that's, been asking about me, wishing me well, you know what I'm saying? Because 2020's been insane, and I ain't really been around too much, you know what I'm saying? I'll catch people's videos when I can, you know what I'm saying? And I just appreciate everybody that's been asking, you know what I'm saying? We're doing all right, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all 100. But into this Blazers talk, man. The offseason moves that the Blazers made make them a championship or bust team, in my opinion. Um, Getting Robert Covington, Derrick Jones Jr., Enes Kanter, re-signing Melo, re-signing Rodney Hood to a better deal. You know what I'm saying? I think that just makes them championship caliber. You know what I'm saying? Getting rid of Mario Hazonia, who I thought was not a good fit for the Blazers, and he's just not the type of player, you know what I'm saying, that we thought he was gonna be. Also signing Harry Giles, who I think is a steal for the veterans minimum. He's a guy that's very skilled big man, you know what I'm saying? So we just have a lot more depth this year. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how all those moves gel together. Like I said, this is definitely the best chance that the Blazers have to win a championship. And it's now or never. To me, championship or bust. There's no excuses. Can't use injuries this year because we just have so much depth that it just you cannot be allowed to have any excuses. Nobody. Dame, CJ, the coach, nobody. Coaching staff, none of them have any excuse to not be able to produce a championship this year. And to me, they're definitely top 4 team, top 3 team, you know what I'm saying? No excuses, none at all. Also, there was some interviews from Dame, CJ, and Coach Stotts yesterday, and the main focus for all of them was defense. They spoke very critical of themselves, both Dame and CJ and the coach. They all spoke critically of how the defense was, you know what I'm saying? And they held themselves accountable. And I like to see that, you know what I'm saying? That's what they were talking about the most, defense, and then also winning the championship. Enes Kanter had an interview with a couple of news channels, and he was saying that when he got signed with the Blazers again, he said that let's go win the championship. He said Dame told him let's go win the championship. You know what I'm saying? So Enes Kanter's a guy who's been to the last 2 conference finals, both in the West and the East. You know what I'm saying? So he's a guy that has a lot of experience in the playoff situations. So they're definitely going to be relying on him heavily, I believe, to make an impact. And then if he doesn't, we got a guy like Harry Giles who can make an impact. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. The starting 5. It's going to be, because Coach Stotts shed light on that, the starting 5 is going to be Dame, CJ, Derrick Jones Jr., Robert Covington, and Nurk to start out the season. You know what I'm saying? Rodney Hood is going to be on some sort of minutes restriction, or just some sort of restriction to start the season. Obviously coming back from an Achilles injury. But if he plays well and he's back to his normal self, I'm sure he'll get a lot more, of those starter minutes, you know what I'm saying? And we won't have to rely as much on Derrick Jones Jr. But I like that starting 5, especially to start out, because they want to especially solidify their defense, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what those 2 players are going to do, Jones Jr. and Covington. So I'm definitely liking what I see with that starting 5. Jones Jr., hopefully he gets his 3-pointers a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? And I think he will, playing with guys like Dame and CJ, and then having a guy like Nurk being able to pass And Covington isn't a bad passer either. He's a pretty solid passer for his position. So definitely have to have a lot more ball movement, in my opinion. And I think we just got a lot of guys that can do that. Also, Coach Stotts was alluding to CJ being the backup point guard to off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking like Anthony Simons won't get as much play this year, but I'll talk about that a little bit more later, because he was working with Darren Collison, and I think that's a great move for him. So it's looking more like the backup rotation is going to be a combination of like CJ, Gary Trent Jr., Rodney Hood, probably Harry Giles and Enes Kanter at some point. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be the main 10 right there, or my main 9 players that the Blazers are going to use. And then they'll have a combination of Anthony Simons, CJ Ellaby, maybe Blevins getting a little bit of run here and there. You know what I'm saying? When we're stomping teams out. Because I think this year there's going to be a lot of those types of games for the Blazers, just because of the added depth that they have. They don't have to rely so heavily on the starting unit, you know what I'm saying, this year. And then the starting unit's going to be able to close games. There was also some Neil O'Shea gave some clarification on like Melo's role this year, and he's going to be a guy that comes off the bench, but he's also going to be one of our closers. You know what I'm saying? So that's making it seem like a guy like Derrick Jones Jr., maybe like while he's going to start, he's not going to finish games. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't shoot as good as a guy like Melo. And Melo's proven throughout his career that he can be a guy that you can rely on to get you a bucket when you need it the most. You know what I'm saying? So him not having to play as many minutes this year, I think that's going to help him to be able to hit more of those shots. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the kind of role that Melo's going to have, because Neil O'Shea made it clear that Melo's going to be a guy that's featured with the bench guys. You know what I'm saying? So I like that move. And then he can be kind of like our 6th man. You know what I'm saying? So definitely looking forward to that. Like I was saying, Anthony Simons, he was working with Darren Collison this year on his point guard skills. And I think this preseason is going to allow us to see where he's at, kind of see if he's taking a leap or not. You know what I'm saying? He's still really young, so I'm not giving up on him at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? I just think that the type of guys that we have now, he might not get as much run as he did this past season. And it was clear as day that he was not ready to take on that type of role. I wish we kind of kept Seth Curry last year, but he got pretty expensive, obviously, whenever he signed that nice little contract with the Mavs. And shouts out to him, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely think that Ant is going to be a guy for the future that the Blazers can rely on. It's just he's not ready yet. But yeah, man, I think this is going to be a great season for the Blazers. I believe that they're going to be a top 10 defensive team, top 5 offensive team. And usually whenever you have those two combined, that means that you're going to challenge for a championship. And I've noticed that a lot of the NBA insiders, they have the Blazers as a top team, you know, top title contending team. Now, of course, they all are varied, but to me, they're one of the, I would say, top 6 teams in all of the NBA, in my opinion. There's no doubt in my mind that they should be challenging for a title this year. Like I said, there's no excuses at all. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the season goes. Training camp starts in 3 days, so it's all coming by real fast. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this goes. But that's pretty much all I got for y'all. This is your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to all my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm off this.